Excuse me. Hello, welcome everybody back to Body of Christ Real Talk with your host Joseph Brownlee. Welcome to Super Saturday Real Talk, Health Talk with Joseph Brownlee. It is now 8:06 p.m. in the Chicago area. Welcome to Real Talk, Health Talk with Joseph Brownlee. God bless you all. I want to do a little piggybacking on the previous show I just done about why I believe that some people fall off, not all the way off, or they're what they call cheating or slip up on the carnivore uh, diet. Carnivore diet, for my new listeners, is an all meat diet. All meat, not at every meat that exists on the earth I'm talking about, but it's just certain meats that's really made to be eaten. But it also depends on what country you live in, because different countries and nations eat animals different ways and for different reasons. So I want to be careful on that. Okay. But that's what I mean by the carnivore diet, which I think need to be explained when some people hear someone say all meat. I like to be specific. The meats that you like. Let me just put it that way. And some people might think all meat means all I eat is every type of meat that is. No, I just eat the meat that I like. And believe it or not, every meat is not well for my body either. So I just eat the meat that I like. So that's what I mean by the carnivore all meat diet. Okay. I had my take, and some people may disagree with me on that, but I cannot see too much on that disagreement and why I have not fell off the so-called wagon, like some people might use that term, and or slip up, or some people might use the term cheated while being on this diet, the carnivore diet, or even the keto diet. It's somewhat, I believe, easier to so-called, what people call it, I don't call it, cheat on the carnivore diet than it is the keto diet. Why? Because keto have more variety of ways of eating and more foods are allowed. What's not allowed on the carnivore diet, let me put it this way, is somewhat allowed on the keto diet, including vegetables and some fruits. So that's very important to understand. What's not allowed on the carnivore diet is allowed on the keto diet. So if some people call themselves slipping on the carnivore, it would not be called slipping on keto. That's why I just said to stop talking about cheating or whatever like that. But it's okay unless you just went way over the bend and start eating cakes and and start drinking Kool-Aid and sodas, mainly just regular sodas. Diet sodas is not really accepted too much for the carnivore community. But I don't let the community control me. I do what's well for my body. But on a keto, it's somewhat more accepted. So you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I don't get into the cheating thing. So I'm going to talk about that and get more into that so you won't keep yourself in bondage. And also I want to just why I recommend the keto diet more than the carnivore. Not because it's better, because I don't think the carnivore will work for everybody, and I don't think the keto will work for everybody. So I just use them interchangeably, the no carb and the low carb diet. So I think from a lot of people, maybe most people, the keto, starting off keto is best because of variety. A lot of people can't go cold turkey and just go all meat and drop everything like I'm doing like a lot of others doing. That's why it's very important to know your why. But I'm going to get into that, why some people fall off and why I haven't fell off. My struggle is not the meats. My struggle, which is not a bad thing, has mostly been on the beverages to drink because I like taste and I still like a sweet taste. So I'm going to talk about that as well. But we're going to get deep into this. So to tell you how easy this change can be, maybe even more easier. It depends on your why and what you used to eating or what you wanted to do to get your body better. And it's why it's so important to look at the health part first more than the losing weight, because the losing weight will come with it if you are an overweight person. Look at the health benefits that are many in both diets. So I'm going to talk about that in this show of Body of Christ Real Talk, Health Talk. So let's get into this right quick. 10 minutes, 10:19. Okay. Different reasons. There are several reasons that I know that people, fall off the carnivore diet. more than the keto probably. Maybe I'm wrong, but more than the keto probably. I haven't researched this. It's because variety's sake. That's the way I see it in the little window that I know. Because, like I said, keto has more variety. That's why I would recommend keto, which I think is one of the best diets out there. I'm just discovering carnivore. I'm doing that. But the reason I didn't stay on keto has nothing to do because the diet failed me and it didn't work. Like a lot of others said, it didn't work for them for one reason or the other. Because it's not for everybody. And keto may not work for a lot of people that because it's just like the Atkins, I believe. It allows a little bit too much for people. And sometimes people don't understand. And this is new to me that sometimes it takes dropping all carbs to really know and to teach your body or let your body teach you. And I'm getting a lot of the stuff I'm talking about. I'm not a doctor. That's my disclaimer. I often say this. I'm not a doctor or a clinician or dietitian or psychologist or psychiatrist. This is just what I'm learning and from my own experience. And for some people that started keto and they say, I've done the keto or I've done all diets and I still don't believe nobody. All diets failed everybody. You have to fail diets yourself. So some of that failure is on you yourself. But while some people did not maintain keto because maybe they stopped buying different things that's called keto. The keto snacks, the keto chips, the keto bread, the keto candy bars, the keto cakes. And they start adding that to it because it had the name keto on it, which those things has nothing to do with ketosis. What they mean by those so-called foods is it's keto friendly. It doesn't get you in ketosis. It's just keto friendly foods. And that was the problem with the Atkins diet for a lot of people. It wasn't the Atkins fault that I believe that some people failed. It's because the variety of stuff they had with it. And then you had different companies and small companies start catching on for marketing purposes and start making all kind of Atkins this, Atkins that, or keto this and keto that. You go to out, nothing with keto on low carb does not mean it's going to get you in ketosis. Most times it's going to take you out of ketosis and raise your blood insulin, raise your blood sugar. So it's different reasons why people did not. I didn't have that problem. If I would have stayed on the keto diet as well as Atkins, for the ones that don't know my Atkins story, I lost close to 80 some pounds on the Atkins, I believe. Not about 60 something because I wasn't as big then, but I wound up with 180 something pounds, which I'm trying to get to now, at least 185 to 180. And it's tougher now, but I believe that has to do with age. But the thing is, when you're on a low carb diet or the no carb diet, the biggest challenge with the carnivore is you don't have as much variety as a regular low carb or even a paleo or even a keto diet because they have more variety and choices. And then they got help with the market, the money-making conglomerate markets out there that's telling you this is keto, that is keto. And sometimes some people slip into that and they just start picking up weight and then they blame the diet. You see what I'm saying? They blame keto. And it has nothing to do with the keto diet. It has to do with the other marketing they're putting out there and calling it keto, not knowing because it says keto does not mean it's going to get you in ketosis or even keep you in ketosis. It's just saying that it's keto friendly. And people need to understand that because it says keto don't mean you need to go and get it and eat it. Because if you'll notice, there's a lot of hidden net carbs and there's a lot of hidden things in there that might affect you, weight-wise or even physical. Might bother you because it's nothing keto in these foods. See, you have to go into keto. These certain foods don't give you keto. You see, the keto name is just wore out, just like certain names. I getting into Christians and different names. People wear that out and don't know the significance of the meaning of those names. That's why I'm strict on that. I don't get caught up in that tradition. I'm an advocate against traditions. Not all, but most traditions, okay? So when you start this low-carb diet and when I'm understanding, sometimes it even becomes dangerous when you start following. It's good to have a community, but you have to understand you can't follow everything your community tell you because you got to understand what's best for your body. Because you can get disappointed because somebody say you need to do this, you need to stop this, you need to start this, you need to don't do this. And I have nothing against advice, but that's why you have many doctors different on different things, because they're giving you the experience what happens with them or a lot of their patients. Does not mean you're going to be successful with that. That's my point here. So you have to just step in that water yourself and just say, okay, what works for me? A Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi might not work for many people on the carnivore diet, but it might work on some people for keto. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to pick your own water. You have to pick what's best for you. So therefore, I recommend the keto over the carnivore for that reason, because of more variety for people just starting off. But whether you start the keto diet or whether you start the carnivore diet, my number one recommendation for you, if you ask me, my opinion is one thing that needs to be stopped, period, is sugar, period. If you don't stop anything else, cut the sugar. If you can cut it right away, start slowly. Cut the sugar. If you don't do anything else, that's a big start. You will see results then, even in your health. You might not lose a lot of weight sometimes, but you will see it in your health. That's the number one thing, or vice versa. It depends on the person's body. Stop the sugar. It's the number one thing. Everything else you can work on, slowly but surely, like dropping the ultra processed bad carbs. Okay? If you're a vegetable person, you like vegetables, keep the decent vegetables in your diet. See, some vegetables don't affect everybody the same way. So it just depends on your body. I don't recommend everybody to do what I do. See, I tried the most popular low carb diets, which first was Robert Atkins diet, the Atkins diet, and I done the keto diet. I tried those, so I know I was able to do an all meat diet because I know the benefits of it. I know I lost weight on it. I know I lost weight as fast as several other diets I've been on. It wasn't because the diets failed me. It's because I didn't stay on it, because there was too many varieties. You see what I'm saying? And it's easy to jump off the wagon, you may call it. Some people call it when you're on a keto. When you're on a keto, because of all the varieties. The carnivore is stricter. If you go through the carnivore diet for at least 60 days, and then you so-called jump off, a lot of times you're going to feel it in your body, because the carnivore diet is elimination diet. Is more like a detox. You're getting rid of bad carbs and things that was bad for your body, compared to the keto. The ketogenic is more at least 10 grams of carbs, but the carnivore is 0 carbs to up to 5 carbs. Because some things does have carbs in them. Okay. That's why I just be real with that. So when you're doing the carnivore diet and stuff like that, some things that's allowed on a keto is really not allowed on a carnivore. You can do it if you want to, because you don't have no gods, little G's, or no police over you telling you can't do that. Don't ever get nobody control over you like that. Don't get people control over you, what you calling you names and saying you're not really this, you're not a carnivore. Don't call me no carnivore. I know I'm not a carnivore. I'm a human being. I'm not a mammal. I'm a human being. I just do the all-meat diet. I don't get stuck on the name carnivore, because we're not animals. You can come up with data with animals and all. That don't impress me. I'm not an animal. That's an animal. I was not created to do and eat like the animals do. If that's the case, I can go and just eat raw stuff all the time. So you can't get me mentally deranged saying that I'm not a carnivore. Of course I'm not a carnivore, and you not either. People might not like that, but you're not either. You're not no animal. I just know the benefits of eating certain meats that benefits me. I know the nutrition. I'm learning that now, but I never will look at myself as being an animal, like some people do. But besides all that, you have to educate yourself. Education is very important. Don't let nobody dictate what you should be doing and what you should not be doing when it comes to eating. Just drop the sugars, drop the carbs slowly but surely, and you will see the results. And stop looking at everybody else. But get motivated by people. But remember, your body will tell you what's best for you, because what was best for them may not be best for you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my recommendation, everything like that. I'm doing a carnivore the way I want to do it. I don't let nobody dictate the way I do it, because I know what works for me and my body. But one thing I do know, it does work. Until next time, peace out. Love you all. Real talk.